Aloha, my name is Jason Blake. I am the president of Kauai Concert Association and have been for about a decade. We're putting on a show. It's Jason Blake Exposed, which is a joint fundraiser for KCA and the Kauai Pride Committee. It'll be on May 30th of this year. It's a live band. What do I want? I want it to be something fun. And I don't want to get into anything politically, but we live in really weird times now. And Pride Month has a special meaning this year for me that it didn't have in the past. And coming out's hard enough, and we're in a climate now where it's really rough for a lot of people. I think it's important for the people who are fighters or who feel safe to say, hey, I'm not afraid and I'm going to be me, because there's always people less vulnerable than us and they need to know that we have their backs. For more than 15 years, I produced a fundraiser called Kauai Sings for Malama Pono. We did a big Christmas show every year. Professionally, I help people with Medicare. I'm an insurance agent, and more than 2,000 people on the island really know me in that capacity first and foremost. What a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm a semi-professional performer also. I was a performer at Busch Gardens. I could do a shoe plower dance and wear my lederhosen. And my spouse Philip, we were both in the Chicago Gay Men's Chorus. I was in Sweeney Todd. I was in the cast of South Pacific, the long-running show here on Kauai. That I kind of came up with this idea of a cabaret starting about a year ago. You will see me in one number in a way nobody, including me, has ever yet seen me perform on Kauai. Putting together the show, it's its own coming out. Vulnerability-wise, a cabaret is not only the music that you sing, but it's the stories that you tell. But how can I walk around in the world and expect everybody else to be real and be human if I'm not willing to let down my guard and be real and show people a little piece of who I am, even if that's a little scary? I want it to be me. And so there's some wonderfully heart-touching stories, some humiliating stories. I think if you've never had to come out about anything, maybe it doesn't make sense to you. So I was raised in a large Catholic family. My grandmother took me on almost like number 9. She had 8 kids. Her brother was a parish priest. Her other brother was an archbishop. Her other sister was a nun. Her other sister was a missionary nun in Africa. Very, very Catholic. But my grandmother was near and dear to me. And this is one story you will hear in the show. So her brother had a stroke and she caretook for him for a couple of years. And I actually lived in Las Vegas at this point. And when he finally passed, a couple months later, she said, can I come out and hang out with you? And I had like a 2-bedroom apartment, so it's perfect. She could have her space, I could have mine. And I'd never come out to her. I'd come out to a number of people in the family. They were always like, but don't tell mom. She may not take it. She's so Catholic. But this is the woman who was like most dear and near to me my whole life. And so one day, 3 or 4 days in, I said, I need to talk to you. And she's like, okay. And I said, well, I really want to tell you, but I'm afraid you're going to be upset. But I don't want to hide things from you. You raised me never to hide things from you. And I hemmed and hawed for like 5 minutes. And she finally went for God's sakes, Jason, what is it? And I said, I'm gay. And she this is exactly what she said. Oh my God. I thought you were going to prison. She said, I didn't mean for this to happen today. She said, her brother, the parish priest, I believe he always struggled with his sexuality. And I think if we were able to be open about who we care about in this world, this wouldn't be such an issue for people. So that's one story people will get to hear, along with some that are equally funny, but maybe not as weepy. So I hope you come. No more living in the past.